watching a film with friends, missing VHS videotape repeating.
Welcome back, Peeps and Creeps, Fam and Crew. Today we're looking at Halloween H20. Halloween H2O, 20 years later, is what they ended up eventually calling it. So this is actually a demo tape slash screener tape. This is one that they would send out to video retailers for them to take a look at and see if they wanted to, order copies for their shop or not. So for $15 million in the box office, suspenseful thrills and chills, Los Angeles Times, terrific fun, Good Morning America, Jamie Lee Curtis, Halloween H2O, also starring Adam Arkin, Michelle Williams, Adam Han-Bird, Jodie Lynn O'Keefe, Josh Hartnett, LL Cool J, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Terror stalks a new generation 20 years later. A 52-day pay-per-view window, full-length screener for video retailers only. So this came out August of 1998. Demo tape, not for sale or rental. I bought it. Contains feature-length film. This one's got a little bit of a little molding going on in there. So it was between Halloween 6, 95, and this one coming out in 98, where I became a huge Halloween fan. This was the first Halloween movie I ever saw in theater, and I was actually working at the theater when it came out. It's kind of a big thing. A whole bunch of us stayed late on like a Thursday night or a Friday. Probably like a late Thursday night. No? Trying to remember. No, I think a whole bunch of us stayed and we watched it opening night, Friday night for like the 7 o'clock, maybe 9 o'clock round. So it wasn't one that we screened the night before. But I had actually brought my Michael Myers mask that I owned in like a full-length bodysuit thing, like a jumpsuit like he wears. We gave it to one of our employees, and like when the movie, right before the movie started, we stopped it. We turned all the lights down, brought the lights up in the front of the theater, and he came walking out like the back hallway, like the back exit doors, dressed as Michael Myers. He just kind of walked, stopped, stared at the audience, and then walked off, and everybody got a kind of big laugh, and it's fun. So demo tape, video box art may vary. Not true, because it ended up being the same. So on the back, order this thriller deep. Here's why. Over $50 million. Far-reaching star power. Jamie Lee Curtis, Halloween 1 and 2, True Lies. LL Cool J, hot rap artist. Michelle Williams, Dawson's Creek. Oh yeah, I forget she's on Dawson's Creek. I never watched Dawson's Creek, so. Adam Arkin, Chicago Hope, and then Josh Hartnett, upcoming The Faculty. So this is the first Josh Hartnett movie back when he had the same messed up hair. Watch him in this, Faculty, and there's something else, maybe a third one, where he always had like hair kind of like, his hair's always messed up in back. I wouldn't say Virgin Suicide. See, he had a weird kind of mop top 1970s hair in that. But obviously a lot of stars came from this. Jamie Lee Curtis is a big star. He kind of got big there for a little bit and then disappeared for like 20 years. And then he just popped back up on the radar within the past year or so. Michelle Williams got pretty big. Jodie Lynn O'Keefe never really popped off as far as I can tell. I think she was in, what was that? Like Poison Ivy 2. No, not Poison Ivy 2. Devil in the Flesh 2. And a couple other things, but just never, I don't know. And Joseph Gordon-Levitt, probably out of all of them, probably became one of the bigger stars of the past 10 years. Because he kind of came out of nowhere again with Inception and Dark Knight Rises. And he's had a pretty good career the past 15 years or so. Yeah. Franchise worth $250 million. Halloween series thrilled audiences, now strikes new generation. Targets huge crossover audience. Nationwide TV Guide ad campaign reaches nearly 40 million mainstream readers. Not anymore. National consumer website promotion grabs millions of Gen X impressions. Killer trailering. Good Will Hunting 54 and 6 Days, 7 Nights. So yes, that's basically telling you when these movies are coming out that this movie was programmed to be in front of all those movies. Because Good Will Hunting, 6 Days, 7 Nights, 54, they were all Miramax Dimension titles. And obviously this is Dimension on video. So they were movie theaters, if they booked those movies, they have to program this trailer in front of those movies. That's always how it kind of worked out. Like I said, I don't really care for this movie. I was a big fan of Halloween 6, even though Halloween 6 isn't a great movie. But I like to Curse the Thorn and the Thorn Cult and all that kind of stuff going on. Halloween 6 has a really great cliffhanger ending. with Paul Rudd beating the crap out of Michael Myers, and him and Marianne Hagen take off with the little Michael Myers baby. And then that's that. Dr. Loomis may or may not be dead. Who knows? Credits, cliffhanger. And then 3 years later, August of 98, you get this movie, and it completely ignores Halloween 4, 5, and 6. So as this one goes, it goes Halloween 1, 2, H20. It ignores 4, 5, and 6. And then Resurrection comes out. And then now the newer Halloweens go from like Halloween 1 in 78 to Halloween 2018, something like that. I don't even know the timeline anymore. But it's like this movie, the biggest problem with this movie, in my opinion, was it's not a Halloween movie. It's a Scream movie with Halloween characters. Because Michael Myers is supposed to be like in his like 50s or 60s when this movie takes place, and he looks like he's like 20 years old. And it's just, there's something about it. It just doesn't feel like a Halloween movie. It's too Gen X-y. It's too mid-90s slasher, Scream. I know she did last summer, all that kind of stuff. But if this movie didn't make the money it made, it wouldn't have led to Resurrection. It wouldn't have led to the Rob Zombie remakes, and we wouldn't have any Halloween movies anymore. Which actually, that's actually kind of a bad thing. So maybe this movie shouldn't have done well. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Like I said, I'm pretty trying to be positive with a lot of this stuff, but this movie I just did not enjoy, and haven't really liked any Halloween movies since Halloween 6. Nevertheless, it's a cool addition to have. I also do have a demo tape version of Halloween 6, now that I mention it. Let me know your thoughts on this one, any of the Halloween movies. If you disagree with me on anything, little baby Josh Hartnett. As always, like, comment, share, subscribe. See you next time.